Aloha, everyone, and welcome back to the show. So, today I want to talk to you about defeat. I know in all the podcasts out there, a lot of people are talking about wins and winning 2022 and getting there and getting it. And Jason and I have talked about that too. And we are all about that. We are going to win 2022. The thing is, there is going to be defeat, and defeat in all sorts of different ways. There is defeats, those big times when you feel like you failed and you failed the world and you cannot come back. And then there's those small defeats in your head where you wake up in the morning and you're just like, I don't want to. And you let yourself not do it or not react as you should or not take in this beautiful world that we get to live. You don't let yourself see the world, this beautiful world, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it doesn't matter. It could be 75 and sunny, and you still think it's a dreary day. So let's talk about defeat right now, because that is going to creep back into our lives, whether it's already have or it's going to. And you're going to let it slowly eat away at those tremendous goals that you set either weeks before the end of 2021 or at the stroke of midnight when we hit 2022, or as you listen to this and you're thinking about those goals and now you've heard that word defeat and you've let yourself go down a rabbit hole of the what if this doesn't work. So let's talk about defeat. You know what? It doesn't exist. Defeat doesn't exist. It only exists, I'll take that back. It only exists if we let it exist. So if we tell ourselves, and this, you're not lying to yourself, but if you tell yourself, learn from it, step over it, not necessarily get over it, but learn from it. Learn from that bad voice in your head, because trust me, it happens to me. Maybe I'm the only one. I doubt that though. Because for some reason, I woke up this morning and I was like, I just don't want to. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to do the things. I don't want to be just bright and sunshiny. So I wasn't for a few hours this morning. I wasn't completely there because I told myself and I allowed myself to be in this dark little hole. But the thing is, the only person that can get you out of someplace like that is you. You're the only one. So I had to realize what was happening in my head, realize that those negative voices did not exist, and take those steps forward that I needed to take to get myself out of there. So what did I do? First, I recognized that I wasn't feeling very good, that my head wasn't in the right place. The next thing I did, I considered and contemplated using Gratitude 10. And if you don't know what Gratitude 10 is, please go back a few episodes. I talk all about it, but I didn't feel like spreading that brand of negativity, because this morning I woke up thinking, so I'm going to give you a little bit of alpha. Jason and I are working on a huge project right now. Huge project. It's going to change our lives. And I hope it's going to change your life too. So what we're doing is we're taking these huge steps. And for some reason, I woke up this morning thinking that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't good enough to do this project, that I wasn't good enough to be in real estate, to be doing what I'm doing and what I'm working on. And I did the exactly wrong thing. I took to Twitter and I took to Instagram and I just started scrolling and I saw all these amazing things happening. And I was just wondering why I wasn't a part of it, why I wasn't winning. It was very self-defeating, truthfully. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's all in my head. It's all in my head. Because of course I'm winning. Of course I am good enough. In fact, I'm better than good enough. I am amazing at what Jason and I do, we're amazing at. And I'm amazing at the place that I have put myself in. But I had to recognize that. I had to recognize where I was in my head. I had to recognize that I needed to take these steps forward to get myself out of here, to get myself out of that dark place in my head. So I recognized it, number one. Contemplated calling someone, I didn't. Instead, I took a deep breath. I meditated. I did some yoga. And I let Jason know. So I guess I did call someone. And I just simply let him know that I wasn't feeling good and that I was just feeling tired. And just letting him know that my head wasn't in the right place helped him to help me up level my energy. And it also, since I outright voiced it, it helped me to further recognize the place that I was in. So if you find yourself telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that feeling of defeat, then tell yourself, what in this moment is making me feel this way? What actual actions have happened to make me feel defeated, to have enacted this feeling of failure? And how can I learn from it, and how can I step out of it? You have to do it, though. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be responsible for your own failures, your own defeats, all those things in your mind, so that you can also be responsible for your successes and those amazing things that you will do and that you have done and that you will build yourself on and continue to build yourself on. You've heard me say this before: success and failures are nothing but stepping stones. If you sit too long in either, you don't go, you don't move, you don't grow. So don't just sit there. Take action. In that action comes success. And if it's not the success you were looking for, then take further steps to make it and make this world what you want it to be. So I cannot wait to release this big project that Jason and I are working on. But until then, get out of your head. If you need to get it on paper, I'm horrible at journaling. I'm trying again. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we'll see. But the thing is, if you need to write it down, write it down, write it all down. If you need to draw it down, then draw it. If you need to talk to someone, talk to someone. If you need to just simply put your head down and start working, then do just that. But whatever it is, the quicker you get out of your head, the quicker you take steps forward. So this morning I woke up in my head. Now I'm here and I'm podcasting and I'm talking to you to let you know exactly the steps that I took to get out of my head, to get into life, and to get going. Jason says this a lot. Let's do it. Let's do this. So let's do this, folks. Let's take those steps forward. And if you want to take steps forward with Jason and I, please hit that link below. And of course, if you have a moment, please rate, review, and subscribe. That would mean the world to us. And, if it helps, so much aloha to you. Here's a big old aloha-filled hug from me to you. Have an amazing day. And if you are in your head right now, this is me telling you, get out of your head, get it on paper, put that energy to work. So much aloha, so much peace, so much love. Aloha.